It's spring, and that means it's time for another Luminar Neo update. This one has some exciting new features. Are you ready for Bokeh AI? That's right, no longer is it just for portraits. I'm Darlene with Digital Photo Mentor, and in this video, you'll see what's new in the spring update and the 3 things that I'm most excited about. Things that I've been waiting for a while, like the ability to feather or adjust a mask, portrait tool improvements including a blemish slider and body skin smoothing. And as I mentioned a moment ago, Bokeh AI is now available for all subjects. So you'll be able to blur the background and create bokeh on any image. So if you're ready, let's dive in and take a look at what's new, when it will be shipped, and go over pricing for this update. As per the release notes from Skylum, this update is focused on enhanced portrait editing and seamless cross-device editing workflow. It will include the following updates to both the Luminar mobile app, now to be called just Luminar, and the Luminar Neo desktop version. Inside the Luminar app that you see on the screen now, there are also a few changes. Just like the desktop version, there is now Bokeh AI. You can add blur to the background, adjust the distance of the blur closer or further away, and change the shape of the bokeh, including stars and hearts. Not really my style. I tend to like a more traditional round or hexagon bokeh myself. And of course, when you save it back to your Luminar space, you can import this image into the desktop version, and the edits will be there for you to continue on. In the portrait area, there are also some additions and updates. Of course, you can use Bokeh AI on portraits. There's nothing to blur in this image, but we also have Face AI to slim the face and add face light, Skin AI to remove blemishes and soften skin and remove shine. And finally, Body AI to slim and do a little tummy tuck. There's the full before and after. As you can see by my thumbs up, I'm quite happy with that. Now let's hop over to the desktop version of Luminar. Let's continue with the portrait tools and see what's new in the desktop version. As I've already mentioned, Portrait Bokeh is now called Bokeh AI. We'll look at that one in a minute. The improvements for portraits are in the Face AI tool. Under Eyes, you can find Dark Circle Remover, which was there before, but this one works way better. Look what a great job it does on this image. I'm just going to brighten her eyes a little bit while I'm here as well. Moving down to Skin AI, you'll notice things look a little bit different. We now have a body smoothing slider. In this case, it would apply to her neck. This was a pet peeve of mine from the older version. When you smooth the skin on the face, but not the neck, there's a disconnect. So now we have body skin smoothing as well. Blemish removal has also had an upgrade. Previously, we only had a checkbox to say yes or no, we want blemish removal. Now there's a full slider. So you can say how much blemish removal you want. Look what a great job it's doing here. If we zoom in a little bit, now you can see that it has done a perfect job of distinguishing which spots are freckles and which are blemishes, and removed only the blemishes. To a portrait photographer like me, this is a huge improvement, and it makes my job so much easier. There's the full before and after. You can see that her skin still maintains texture and detail, and the blemishes have been removed, as well as the dark circles under the eyes. So this update is 2 thumbs up. That image was pretty straightforward, so I wanted to give the software some bigger challenges, like this image here. I wanted to see if it would be able to distinguish between the glitter and blemishes. Here's the before and after. Once again, it did a really good job in not removing the glitter. Because I used the shine removal slider, it did lower the highlights on the glitter, which I could mask out if I wanted to. But I was pretty happy with this result overall. This next image is one that is really challenging to deal with if you have to do it manually. To remove all of these blemishes is painstaking. Now, I was able to do it with one slider and it took about 10 seconds. Very impressive. On this example, pay attention to not only the blemishes, but the circles under her eyes. Once again, it did a fantastic job. In regards to freckles, I wanted to give it an even bigger challenge with this image. Here's the before and after. I got no notes. Here's another quick before and after. Once again, it's done a really great job determining the blemishes and removing them, as well as toning down the facial shine. The portrait tools inside Luminar Neo were already really good. Now they're even better. Continuing with my test, I ran this image through to see what it would do with the body skin smoothing. Here's the before and after. Unfortunately, it didn't smooth the skin on her chest as much as I was expecting, so hopefully that will improve as this tool evolves. And finally, another image with really bad skin. Notice it's done a great job on the face, however, it missed the blemish on her arm. Again, perhaps that's something Skylum will improve in a future update of this tool, but even if I have to remove this blemish manually, it's still way less work than starting from here. Moving down to the Bokeh AI tool, now available to use on any image. So I tried a few. This first one, I blurred the background. However, I could have done this with the blur tool and just masked it into the background. Likewise with this image of the dog. I could have blurred the background using the blur tool. Where the Bokeh AI tool really excels, though, is its new ability to do depth mapping. So you can have more blur further away from the subject than closer. Just like the light depth tool adds light, Bokeh AI adds blur. And just like the iPad version, if you want, you can make shapes with your bokeh. For example, hearts, like I did here. You saw this example in the introduction to the video. Here's before, after Bokeh AI, and with some star bokeh. Again, not my style, but if you like this type of thing, go for it. I do think it works on this image. What happens if I want to apply it on an image like this? Let's try. You'll notice that in my copy, bokeh is still under the portrait section of tools. They may decide to move that to creative before the full release, so if you don't see it in portrait, check creative. Now when you open the tool, it looks a little bit different. You start by increasing the amount of blur, and then you see the familiar depth map. I have a couple of wishes on this one. However, look what we can do with it. Attempting to use the blur tool to make an effect like this would mean a lot of masking and brush work. But look how quickly and easily I can make this happen and adjust which things are sharp and which things are blurred. Currently, only the front two trees are sharp, and now you see the depth map and the focus fades off. So it's very realistic. On my wish list for this tool is the ability to move it back a little bit so that I could also blur the foreground. And I noticed that adjust brightness and color tint that were previously in Portrait Bokeh AI are now absent. So I'd like to see those come back again. But overall, this is a really great change to this tool. Now you can apply this to landscapes, pictures of your pets, flowers, or any kind of image. You're no longer limited to just portraits. I'm going to apply the bokeh to this image as well and just keep our little dragon sharp. That looks good. Now let's take a look at the changes to masking. I'm going to add some structure, but I only want it on the statue itself. So let's go mask. I'm going to try Object Select and see if I can just do the dragon. It's picked up a little bit in the background, so I'll just quickly brush those out. What I want to draw your attention to are the tools that have been added under Mask Actions, this little section at the bottom. Now we have two sliders. I'm going to click Show so you can see the mask and zoom in a little bit. Notice how it's missed the edge over here and it's not quite perfect. I would still do a little bit more cleaning up with the brush, but watch what we can do with a feather. Soften the edge. So hard edge, zero feather, soft edge. Likewise, we can shift the edge in or shrink the mask or out to make it larger. In this case, if I shrink it a little bit, about like that, now I have most of the statue without it spilling over. So for me, on this application of this tool, the shift edge slider worked great. Now I can feather it a little bit as well, and then just clean up this spot with the brush. So these two sliders are another great improvement. You'll find these on every tool where masking is available. Let's try it with a curve. I just want to give the dragon a little bit more contrast. So I'll use a curve, and then I want to apply it with a radial mask. But let's say I didn't feather it very well when I applied the radial gradient. Now I can go back to the mask and feather it this way. I can also enlarge it or shrink it. So even though we can't change the radial gradient once we've applied it, that's something that many people have asked for from Skylum as well. At least we can now modify it with the new feather and shift edge sliders. I'm sure you probably have questions about how to get this update and the costs, so let's dig into that. Anytime there's a Luminar Neo update, questions always arise about pricing. Who gets it for free? Who has to pay? And how much is it? To answer the first question, if you are still a current subscriber, meaning you pay monthly or annually to maintain your Luminar Neo license, then you get this update included with your subscription. You don't have to pay extra. If you have a perpetual or lifetime license, which means that you own the version that you bought for a lifetime, it doesn't mean you get a lifetime of free updates. If you own that kind of license, you do have to pay if you want this upgrade. However, it's optional, so if you don't need the tools shown in this update video, then you can opt out and choose not to get it. But if you want Bokeh AI and the ability to feather and adjust in masks, I highly recommend getting this one. As you can see in the chart on the screen now, you have two options. You can get the basic upgrade pass or the ecosystem. The only differences are with the ecosystem pass, you also get Luminar for mobile devices and the ability to use spaces. Regardless of which upgrade pass you choose, you also get access to all the generative AI tools till the end of 2026. That includes Gen Erase, Gen Expand, and Gen Swap, as well as the restoration tool. Remember that restoration does use the AI technology and requires access to the server. What is not included with either pass is the fall update. As we don't know what's in that one yet, you can make that decision when the time comes. These prices are for existing Luminar Neo users. So if you already own Luminar Neo and you want the spring update pass, it's $49 US or euros. If you want the ecosystem, it's $69. If you are brand new to Luminar Neo and are just buying it now, you have three options. The base perpetual license includes just Luminar Neo. The next level up includes cross-device editing or the ecosystem. And the max license includes some extra assets like skies, presets, and overlays. So if you want those to help you get started, get the top end package. The update will be shipping to everyone on April the 9th. And remember to use my discount code DPM10 to save an additional 10% off the prices that you just saw. Just apply the coupon code when you check out on the Skylum website. You'll find a link to purchase Luminar Neo or get the upgrade pass in the description area below. If you need some education for Luminar Neo to go along with your upgrade, check out Luminar Neo, the complete course on our website. The link is also in the description area below. After putting the newest Luminar Neo update through its paces over the last few days, I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. If you have any other questions that I haven't answered in this video, please ask them in the comments below. If you'd like to watch another video here on YouTube, click one on the screen now. Until next time, take care.